Oh, good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox Chair, on the show this evening. It's JFK and Bridgeman.
Evening, Ox Chair. Evening, Ox Chair. Evening, Bridgeman.
Come on, Bridge. Oh, well, we'll just start.
I was still on mute. Sorry, I'm talking away myself. Can I just say a massive good evening to you guys? Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans that are listening in all over the world. Good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
How are we doing, JFK?
I'm fine, thanks. Hope you're all keeping well. As well as I'm keeping. I'm still on the wagon. Still rolling along. 4 wheels are still there. So, yep.
And I'm still rolling along.
And I have been in a wagon, it's only had one wheel on it to tell you it's so pretty.
And the Cherokees after me.
Yeah, everything's good to you guys.
He'll be getting a bow and arrow for his Christmas present.
Exactly. They look mad, but I ain't sad because I'm singing a happy song.
Where's away now?
That was brilliant, Jim. A great lead in. Well done.
They must have sold more caps at Christmas time than any other time of the year, JFK.
Oh, definitely, mate. Definitely. A bow and arrow and an apple. And you're out
outfit. A cowboy outfit
you're out arrows, you stole your mom's pegs.
It's been brought to my attention that Fox has been sending Christmas cards to Rangers Radio Bridge.
Okay, don't tell me that.
Aye, well, very nice gesture. You know, he is all heart. I believe he's been putting a score in them all for everybody. So if you get one, JFK, get a shake. So what he's done, Bridge, and you can see what he's doing, but I think we've got a case here. He's put Terry Fox, and under his name he's put Oxbridge. So it looks as if he's educated. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's a devil. He is a devil.
That man, every day he's up to something. Right, okay, JFK, we've not heard from you for a few days. Give us your thoughts.
A bit up and down. I've been seeing a lot of negativity, heard some negativity regarding Wednesday's result, but I'm not in that camp. It's one wee glitch, disappointment. I heard my good friend Fox here when he came on the after show after the cup game, and he was eloquently summed it up, you know, because I think he was as angry as everybody else. Maybe angry is not the right word, probably disappointment. But everything that's came before that is 100% for me, mate. And it'd have been nice to get into the semi-final of the cup. We just underperformed on the night. The other team was more hungry than us. Steven Gerrard said he'll take the blame, which is what Steven Gerrard does. He speaks very much for the heart. So, well, the bigger picture for me, I mean, we don't want Rangers to get beat at all, but if somebody said to me, St Mirren to win or Motherwell to win, I would take St Mirren to win. Rather I'd have won the two. Obviously, I'm hoping we're going to win on Saturday or tomorrow. But no, it's not a big deal for me in as such as that there's a bigger picture to watch here. The B movie's finished now, so let's go into the big picture. That's why I'm not disappointed. I was disappointed on the result, but I've got over that.
I get it, mate. Listen, I fully understand the disappointment, mate. And everybody shows their disappointment differently, you know, and because maybe, for instance, say Fox isn't shouting and bawling, doesn't mean he wasn't gutted, you know. And we were all gutted. It was a blow that we didn't see coming, and then the way we actually lost the game, when you've got to equalise on the last minute, and then you go and lose a goal after that, is you're maybe even more disappointed, you know. So. Everything blows up in your face, but in the whole scheme of things, is it a disaster? No, it's no. I would say it's a setback, mate. Yeah,
definitely just a setback, mate. A wee glitch, you know. I mean, as I say, I'll quote Fox again. He'd said that, there's some things he'd like to say, but obviously he couldn't say them on air. And that wasn't him. That was just Fox's disappointment. You could hear it in his voice. And some of the other guys that phoned in after it as well, you could hear their disappointment. I know some of them are a bit boisterous and that, but look, we know we're going to get behind the team, and that's what we should always do. And the big picture, as I say, the big battle is the league. And another 3 points and more takes a step towards that. So let's just dust ourselves down and march forward and look forward to the rest of the year. That's the way I look at it.
I think, Bridgman, I'll bring you in here. I think it is very important how we react to. Bridge?
Absolutely, pal. No, we have to react on the pitch tomorrow, and we've got to do it. It's just as simple as that. We have to do it. He's got to pick the team. He's got to get it into their heads that this is not a joke. This is not a joke. This is a league, and we want to win this league. So let's go out there and show them. And just remember, they're a tough outfit. We thought it was tough against St Mirren. Well, I did anyway. And I thought St Mirren never left us alone most of the game. And they got away with some shocking tackles and barges. Just shocking. We were unfortunate with the referee, in my opinion. But we need to watch out against Motherwell, because they've got, again, they're one of these teams that can take points off you dead easy if you let them.
Listen, mate, any team in the league will take points off you if you're not at it.
Yeah.
That's not just our league, that's every league,
Yeah, absolutely, but absolutely.
You look at the results. I mean, I don't follow that keenly, but look at the results in England with Man City can't beat West Brom, etc.
Yeah, well,
look at West Brom. Just in case I forget, did I hear that big Sam Allardyce is in charge of them now?
Aye.
But I mean, and put it in context, you said about Manchester City, it just shows you how the other mob are there deal with things. I mean, Manchester United and Liverpool were at the end of two doings. You didn't see their fans up in arms about wanting to say that the season's over. And I did see, there was people on the usual. I listened to it for the fun factor, but there was even Rangers fans coming on and saying that, it looks as if our bottle had went. I wish, and if any of you are listening to the Rangers radio here, you're not a Rangers fan if you're going to start talking about Rangers bottling it. There's no way, that's not a word that I would use lightly. And saying that you're no Rangers fans, I just think that, don't criticise a team like that. No, it's happened, so at least we're not going for a riot,
If we lose 6 games out of 8 or something like that, JFK, you could understand the criticism, but we lost one cup tie.
Yep.
And in circumstances we didn't play well. We all know that. So I understand the disappointment. I don't understand some of the criticism. Now, if we don't get a result tomorrow, you can see a ball rolling, but hopefully we're on it and we'll get 3 points tomorrow, mate. Yeah.
Oh, I think so. I think the players will have been telling them in certain terms, and that just wasn't good enough. And we just need to go. Look, we're playing in Marine Place, playing at Ibrox tomorrow, and it's all right saying that Motherwell aren't playing all that great, but we still need to go. And like Bridgman, I would take a Bridgman to the end of the season. One not in every game wins you the league. Mm-hmm. So I'm quite happy for the team that ever comes out tomorrow. I'll do the business against Motherwell. And let's go 16 points ahead these beggars.
Tomorrow, yeah, that's what happens, mate. We get the result, we go 16 points clear now.
Yep.
And that's fact, you know what I mean? So it's points in the bag, And what do points make, Bridgman?
Points make prizes. Great old Bruce Forsyth said, what do the points make? Prizes.
Yeah, so interesting, but in the whole scheme of things, we're still with we're moving on to mid-season now. We've still had a good first half of the season. I wonder if you could sit with the board of directors. They were talking about the pillars, and they're talking about the Championship and they're talking about Europe. I never heard the League Cup get mentioned, even though we'd love the trophy,
I don't know whether they would speak about that. I'd rather they wouldn't speak about that. It's maybe just because a lowly trophy has never been brought up to that level.
We want the trophy. I know that. Yeah. I get that. There was a young boy on last night, wasn't he? 21 years of age. We want to win things for these boys to have days out and nights out so they can remember it 100%. The same as we have. I get all that, but God, if the party, if we can just keep racking up these 3 points, JFK will be. I don't know when it'll end.
Of course, and I know there was a couple of guys were saying, well, we'll just concentrate in the league. But I don't buy into that bit either. It would have been nice to be the only team that could do the treble, and it was disappointing. But it's new about the 3 points.
But winning Wednesday, I'm no belittling anybody who was disappointed, mate. No way.
No, near me. I'm disappointed at some of the action, and I think some of it was over the top. But yeah, I agree with you saying that if something untoward happens tomorrow, and then the questions might start to be asked, and stones might start to be thrown. But I'm more inclined to think that we'll win quite comfortably tomorrow. And then it's on. We're on to St Johnstone game next week, and then it'll be long we play the puddle drinkers, and that'll be good, and that could be a right party time for us at the new year, and especially the 50th anniversary of the 66. So on that particular day. But I'm no despondent, and I'm not decrying anybody that feels that they need to dissect the result. But don't be let them use the words bottlers and all that. Well, Rangers fans shouldn't be using that word. We know there was a couple of things happened the last couple of seasons, Oxford, that we kind of imploded on myself. I can't see that happening this season. Definitely can't see it.
Yeah, we just need to pick myself up, and that is a big question. How we react, Bridgeman?
We've got to react properly, and obviously we need to get ourselves back into shape and go out and do what we've been doing in a nice manner over the last 6, maybe 10 weeks, including Europe. We've been absolutely wonderful. Our goals that we were scoring are scintillating stuff. Great football, great goals, and we need to get back to that. We need to get the mentality back to that. I do think Mr. Gerrard stood up, as Jimmy said earlier on. He stood up, said, "That's down to me. It's my fault, nothing to do with the players per se." I think a lot of folk would say, "Well, I don't know so much, but we'll leave it at that and let him take it." But it should never happen again. He's got to make sure he's doing what he's doing is correct in his head. I don't think he was confident in that team. I'm not being funny. But he's got to do it. He's got to come out Saturday with the right team.
Rich. I disagree with you. I think he was extremely confident in the team he put up in the park, and he wouldn't have put it out.
I'm not disputing. I'm saying I know he was confident, but now that he saw what happened,
and there's been questions answered. But what he's saying, I gave them the tactics. I gave them the instructions.
That's right. Correct. So it's down to him. It's down to him. The players never done it, but that's fine. I don't have a problem as far as that's concerned. We lost a game. He's got to do it now. Make sure the players are all right and they're still up for it. And get if them the ones that are down, lift them and get them out onto the park on Saturday and just go out there and beat Motherwell.
You've got to remember, and all guys, look at we practically put out a second string against Liège, and we got a great result there. So we've said here before, we've got a pool of 25 players, and every one of them's a first team player. So obviously the gaffer was confident that the guys that he'd put out there on Wednesday night could go out and do the job. Unfortunately, they weren't at the races. So again, we just say we dust ourselves down. Look forward to the Motherwell game, and things will pick up for there. And I'm sure that the guys will all know that. They're getting a lot of positives for other areas. I know that people are saying, "No, never mind this. Use the word bottler they're using to ram it down their throats." And that's what you should be doing, and go out and score a barrel load tomorrow. This is a team that would it be 5-1. We beat them last time at their own midden.
Aye, that goes for nothing.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I take a Bridgeman tomorrow. I hope it's no that, but I would take that, and you move on, and you get 3 more points, and you're heading to halfway in the league on Wednesday against St Johnstone.
Yeah,
3 points in the box ticked.
Yes, you're moving there. You're moving in. You're new after St Johnstone. You're heading for home, Bridge.
Absolutely. That's 20 games, isn't it? 19 games, sorry. 19.
So we'll see where it takes us. But just before we get a caller in, GFK, what's your thinking? And we're going to hear for the manager. Before you hear for the manager, what's your team, mate? It'll be interesting what your team would be.
My team tomorrow would be obviously Alan McGregor, Tav, Goldson. Considering that Balogun's probably not going to make it with his head injury, and Hollander's fitted, Hollander and Barisic in the middle with Kamara, Davis and Arfield, And up front, I'd have Roof, Defoe and Kent. That's the team I'd pick.
I don't disagree with you. I think I think Hollander will pick himself. I think that's his first choice midfield, and your only decision there is between Itten and Defoe, Bridgeman. That's
100%. That's a good team. It's a good team, Jimmy. Well done. Yeah. You're not going to get much better than that out of our squad, based on the ones that we've got and available. So I think that's a pretty good team, and I think Defoe's a cert to start. I really do. I think he's going to start. But well done, a really good team. It's the kind of team when you look at our squad, you think, well, there's the top 11. Given what we've got, there's the top 11. That's our team. Really good. Really
I think Ryan Jack would get into a lot of people's team. You know?
Always. What I'm saying is he's not available.
No. So Jack and Balogun.
I would, in my team at all times, I would always, and it might be funny when I say this, I would always pick Ryan Jack. I think he's an absolutely superb player, and he gives us that wee bit of weight in midfield with his tackles and that, and lets others go on with it. I think he's very good that way.
JFK.
Good experience.
Aye, Ryan Jack for me would be in if he's fit, he'd be in my first 11 all the time, and you know, he's that midfielder that I'm looking for to spoil things there, and I'm hoping he does that in games going forward. The other three are Field Davis and Kamara, and I know we've got Zungu in there as well. We could pick him, Aribo as well, but you know, I'm looking for the way that Motherwell play. They'll just come to Ibrox again, and they'll try and take the width away from us and condense the midfield. And they'll play with a 5 and 4 at the back. So we need to try and break that down. And that's the reason why. I mean, Roof started out with Leeds. He is an out-and-out right winger, so I'd like to see him out there with Ryan Kent out the other side and out. And you know, the reason I'm going to play he's no set the head on fire for me. And so, I know he scored a good goal the other week there, but I just thought he get pushed off the ball too easy. And Motherwell are a big physical team, and Jermaine Defoe's quite fly for that. He's that kind of set. You know, he's a slight player. It's very small, but he doesn't have any fear of putting himself about. So I'd put him in there instead of Itten. But we'll just need to wait and see what the gaffer does. But it's no use playing Jermaine Defoe in Europe and making him just part of the league team if he's not going to give him a start most games when Alfredo's not playing, which obviously he's not even available tomorrow. So for me it'd be Defoe up front. But Jack, my team, Jack was fit tomorrow, I'd have Jack in there. Mm-hmm. Probably see the Arfield.
Right, okay. All right, okay. Just in Scotty Arfield, do you think his form up until Wednesday night has been top draw, JFK?
Aye, without a doubt, mate. Without a doubt, he's been absolutely wonderful. Some of his play has been absolutely fantastic. His possession on and off the ball. A lot of people don't seem to realise when you say about off the ball and that, but it's his play off the ball and all, being able to take other players with him. So, Scotty Arfield did a poor game like a lot of guys.
Two chaps to go and mute for a few minutes. Thank you. We've been joined by Gordon Drag.
Can you turn the video off?
Oh, that's for the older listeners. We've been joined by Gordon Drysdale. Evening, Gordon.
Hi, guys. How are you?
How we doing, mate? Listen, thanks for coming on. And I think it'd be better if you explained. You've developed a board game called Taxi. Yeah? See what we've done there with the theme tune. Did you like that?
I've never heard that one before, but
that's an old TV show. I don't remember it myself. My granddad told me about it, called Taxi.
This is the one with Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito, mate. Correct.
Absolutely.
So you've developed a board game, football and trivia, and obviously there's a Rangers version. Yeah. What was the thinking behind the game, developing it?
Sure. Okay. Well, the game was actually developed by my business partner, a guy called Derek Carroll. Derek was an Edinburgh taxi driver for a while, and initially we developed trivia games based on the life of an Edinburgh and Glasgow taxi driver. So we did the Edinburgh and Glasgow editions. Quickly,
right.
Sorry?
Right, I'm listening.
And quickly we moved on to developing other city editions, but we're both sports fans, we're both football fans, and our ambition was always to do football editions. Mm-hmm. So we approached the biggest clubs in Scotland, and we got all of them on board, with the exception of Rangers, who wanted to do it, but because of your commercial tie-up with Sports Direct, it kind of took a little while. But we eventually got over the necessary hurdles, and we launched the Rangers game about 8 or 9 weeks ago.
Just good timing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So the game is very simply, it's based on the life of a Rangers supporting taxi driver. You pick up a fare, you go around the board. When you land on a tip question, or a tip square rather, you have to answer a trivia question in order to win some money. The trivia questions there's 300 Rangers questions and there's 300 general knowledge questions. And the Rangers questions are all to do with previous successes, players, managers, that sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. Going back, mostly recent stuff, but it does go back into the 70s. And it's a great way for Rangers supporters, for granddads and parents to play with their kids and kind of educate them about the club and the like. So it's been really successful so far, but as a result of COVID, board game sales have kind of gone through the roof, which is great. But the whole business model's changed fairly massively in terms of most of the stuff we seem to be selling these days is online as opposed to through retail. Yeah. So
we were chatting about it before we come on air, and we were saying, right, okay, successful, you have a couple of days with it. What about developing and for when your history develops new questions, or are you that far down the line, or is that something you've looked at already?
Yeah. So the business plan really is very much a case of, as you've alluded to there, football clubs change every transfer window, don't they? There's players coming in, players coming out. So our intention is for the bigger clubs to kind of do an updated version every 5 years, and for the clubs that maybe don't shift as many editions, maybe just do updated question cards that supporters can buy in their own right. So there's the trivia is one aspect of the game. The second fun aspect of the game is something called sound off. If you've ever been in a cab, a cab driver's got an opinion on every subject. So if you land on a sound off square, you get to talk for 30 seconds on a particular topic, and that topic could range from Tom Hanks movies to Holiday in Wales to the Titanic. And there's 6 key words or key phrases that you have to kind of get into your monologue in the 30 seconds. So that's another aspect of it. And then the third aspect is something called give or take. So if you're a taxi driver, your income very much depends on luck. If you turn left, you could get a £200 fare to the airport. You turn right, somebody could bash you over the head and take your day's takings. So it's a kind of fun family game, incorporating trivia, a bit of sound off, and a little bit of luck as well.
How's the response been in the last 8 weeks? Because obviously the Rangers badge on anything carries a bit of clout, yeah?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, we worked on it with the licensing department, Natalie Nairn, the licensing, who's been absolutely fantastic working with us. So Natalie and we got one of the club historians to check all the questions and the answers. So we drafted the questions, and then the historian just double checked to make sure that they were factually accurate and that there was nothing controversial in the questions that they didn't want us saying. So it's been good fun. It's been really good fun.
And the response the last few weeks since you launched it?
Yeah, the response has been great. I mean, we've sold well over what we were expecting online. The retail sales are not quite what we expected, but in fairness, none of the retail shops are open.
No.
So our online sales have been through the roof, and as a consequence, we've now introduced a sort of local delivery service in and around the Glasgow area, just to make sure that anybody...
You get it dropped off by taxi?
We do actually have a taxi, but we've been that busy that it's failed its MOT. So,
and how if people want to buy the Rangers version of the game, how can they purchase it, mate?
Yeah, well, we've got a website, taxiboardgame.co.uk, and we're given a 15% discount and free delivery or package and posting, depending on which part of the country you're in, if you input the code JERS15 at checkout. So you go to our website, find the Rangers game. We've got 18 different editions there. Find the Rangers game, stick it in your basket, input the code JERS15, and you'll get a 15% discount and free package and postage or delivery.
Right, brilliant, mate, brilliant. Do you just want to gaze that website again so people catch it, so they'll take a note of it?
Sure, yeah. So it's taxiboardgame.co.uk. And as the game's being produced under license with the club, obviously the club makes a turn every time a game's sold as well. So it's kind of putting money back into the club. So that's been one of the attractions and selling features. We've got some really interesting potential partners lined up for 2021. We actually had to turn down the opportunity to work with Man City this year because we were too busy working on the other stuff, would you believe? But launching the Rangers one kind of completes it for Scotland for us, and it was the one that we had to do, really. The demand's been there for the last couple of years, so I'm just delighted to get it out there.
Yeah, obviously, our support, no, but the retail deal, you might not have been aware of it. But the retail problem at Rangers have had is well documented.
Absolutely.
And it'd be great. So, listen, we wish you all a success.
Great.
Hope it doesn't cause too many rows at Christmas time.
Well, one thing I should stress is you don't just have to be a Rangers supporter to play it. What we found as the game was evolving and we're launching the other editions is that if you weren't a Rangers supporter in this particular instance, then you weren't able to answer the trivia questions. So what we've now done is we've put two lots of questions in there, Rangers questions and general knowledge questions, which means you can play the game with a non-Rangers supporting member of your family or friend or whatever, and they will be able to answer the general knowledge questions instead of the Rangers questions. So it's kind of appealing to everyone. That's the theory anyway.
Oh, that's brilliant, because some of the people on here know nothing about Rangers.
Oh, what a shocker.
Well, as I was saying to one of your colleagues, if you want to run a competition, we'd be happy to put up a couple of games as prizes. But I'll talk to you guys offline about that, and maybe we can do that in a future programme.
We'll give the games away to some of our listeners, and that'd be fantastic. We really appreciate that, Gordon. Listen, we wish you all the success with anything related to Rangers. We hope it goes to strength, and everybody has a good time playing the game and enjoys it, mate.
Great, excellent, guys. Thank you very much for your time.
Cheers.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask one question?
Sure. Absolutely.
You mentioned something about it's like the tax is going down. Then it comes to a T junction, turns right and you get a £200 fare, or turns left and he gets hit over the head and get robbed. Which part of Glasgow was that you were talking about?
That was a West End bridge. That was a West End.
It couldn't have been the West End. It must have been. Was it no Peterson Park area?
Drumchapel.
Cheers,
Thank you, Gordon. That was magic.
Okay, thanks again,
very
guys.
much, mate.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah.
Oh, it was nice of him coming on.
Sounds good.
Letting us know, yeah.
I've actually seen that game.
Obviously, listen, I was going to get you a set. I thought, right, I'll get the boys one. Then I listened to the quiz the other day to see how well you done. I went, I wouldn't like you to embarrass them with Rangers trivia, you know what I mean? So I did see for Linda.
All right, the champion. I did see it. I was looking for board games, as Gordon said. I was looking for board games during the lockdown. I bought a few, but I did come across that there a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, I'm going to bring Mr. Fox in. Obviously, we'll get something to give away. So we usually do it by bonus ball. That's the Ferris Wheel Bridge, isn't it?
Absolutely, pal. Go for it.
Yeah, bonus ball. Bring Mr. Fox in. What do you think, Mr. Fox?
I'll leave that up to you, Ox. You're great at organising things.
All right, then. So if I'm organising it, Fox, you take a note of the numbers and give everybody names for the bonus ball.
I'll try my best.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. There we go.
That was a good delegation there.
Right, so...
Oh, I think you've suckered yourself into something.
He'll be all right. What will we do? Will we go for callers?
Go for it.
We've never had 59 callers on the first night, have we?
No, you never know.
I'm going to make an executive decision here, right? JFK, you said you were looking for board games. JFK number 1.
Right.
Bridgeman, what does a bonus ball go up to? 59, does it?
59, pal.
Right, you go 59 because that's your age.
That's cool.
Right, and then as the callers come in and Fox gives people numbers in the lobby, Facebook, callers, and on YouTube, anybody wants to get in contact with us for a number, the first 60 we'll fill up as quick as we can, and we can't be any fairer than that. Yeah?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, if people want to join us, what's the number, Bridge?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at RangersRadio.online. We were on the call with, well, no be Fox, you'll be busy, it'll be Old School Blue.
Yeah.
And you'll be brought on a call with Old School Blue. If you phone in, hang up, and we will phone you back. When you phone in, just wait, we'll bring you into conversation. Some more good news for Rangers Radio. We tracked down Eddie Masterson, the winner of the ball.
All right.
Jeez, we had to get the Mounties involved. What's that, Mobbit? They're a European, when you go missing in Europe. We had to get them involved. And
Interpol
were involved. Everybody was involved. Guess what? Eddie McMaster. You'll never believe this.
He's no for party, is he?
No, stayed round the corner for Old School Blue. Honestly, and was a friend when we got in contact with. Funny who he was. It transpires that the guy's a long-standing member of the Rangers Supporters Club in Luton, who was friends with Old School Blue's grandfather.
Oh my God!
How is that? If a coincidence, JFK.
Oh, aye, definitely. No. Couldn't make that up.
Master won the ball, and the big person for Drumchapel, as we speak, is having to resell it. And then send it to Luton. So well done, Eddie McMaster. Well done.
Yeah, well done.
So there we go. Right, so so we'll get this card, the bonus balls filled up, and then we'll take it for there as the night goes. Fox will look after that, and we'll read them out at some point in the night. Okay, so come and join us. And then we'll maybe hear from Stephen Gerrard. What do you think, Bridge?
Oh, 100%. Go for it.
Aye, okay. Well, while we're waiting for some of the callers coming in, get yourself a mute and we'll hear from your manager, Stephen Gerrard, MBE.
So from the other night, obviously Leon come off the pitch with a head issue. There's protocols now that we have to follow. Spoke to the doctor on that, and we'll follow medical guidance and the protocols, but he'll be unavailable for tomorrow's game. We're hoping to have him available for the next one after the weekend.
Right, Jack, is there any
Jacko's close, but won't make the weekend.
I suppose, obviously, the reaction from supporters to the defeat the other night is a bit of shock. I mean, I suppose a lot of them didn't see it coming. I mean, from your perspective, is this the sort of wake-up call, or no wake-up call, but, just the reminder that things aren't, you've still got work to do this season in order to sort of get yourselves in a position where you can win trophies?
Well, look, we've been talking about looking out for blind spots and being complacency and, staying humble and realising the amount of work and where we are at the season. If you've been there for all my press conferences, the messages we've been given. The players have been well aware of that. But it still doesn't take away the fact that we're disappointed from Wednesday night's result, and totally understand the fans' frustrations and shock. They've just watched the team go on a 27-game unbeaten run and very rarely concede a goal and qualify for Europe top of the group. So to be in a bit of shock and disappointed and frustrated, pretty normal. it is what it is. It's done now. We can't change it. All we can do is control the future, and it's our job to get ready for tomorrow's challenging Motherwell.
Luke Shanley, please.
Stephen, you mentioned Leon Balogun and the protocols in place. The Scottish FA have applied to IFAB to trial concussion substitutions in the Scottish Cup. There's obviously a bigger issue around concussion just now as well. Is that something you welcome? Firstly, the Scottish Cup situation, and secondly, the bigger issue of concussion and making sure that protocols are followed, and it's something that we look into a lot more heavily now.
Very much so. As someone who sampled the MLS as a player as well, I know they're at the forefront in terms of concussion, and have been pushing it for a lot longer and going into it in more detail. So yeah, I certainly welcome the trials in terms of up here in Scotland. I know England are looking into doing the same things, and the quicker we can move that forward, the better, because I think we have to look after the welfare of the players. Certainly when it comes down to head injuries. Obviously there's been a lot of talk of situations later on in life that head injuries can lead to in terms of dementia and stuff. So I'm certainly someone who welcomes developments in that area to improve the game, but certainly the welfare of the players as well.
Raman, go ahead please.
Hi Stephen.
Hello.
I wonder do you as a manager find it more about the players either individually or as a group after a setback and how they respond, as opposed to when you win game after game after game and how they respond?
Possibly. Certainly look at them close all the time. It doesn't matter really what the result is or what situation. We analyse them individually and collectively all the time. We're like hawks on them as a staff. You know, we need to know how they're feeling, not just physically, mentally as well. And you're looking to see who is going to stand up and be counted, certainly after the defeat. We've had a day to get it out of the system yesterday. Today's a new day. It's all about the preparation now into Motherwell and getting them ready for what's going to be another tough challenge. But they're a good group, and I've got every confidence they'll react in the right way.
Dave Galloway, go ahead please.
Hi Stephen, what lessons are you hoping that players have learned from Wednesday night? How much do you welcome a really quick chance to put things right and bounce straight back?
Yeah, I think the players know that we haven't done ourselves justice in terms of the whole performance the other night. Watching the game back, we didn't really do much wrong besides defend the three situations really poorly. You know, looking back at the game, we obviously dominated the majority of the game. We done really well to take the lead in the game, which is normally the hardest thing to do against this type of setup in terms of a low block. We got ourselves in front. Then we went on to create chances, but we just didn't get that second goal, and we certainly paid for that over the course of the 90 minutes. So we will learn from it. We've analysed it. We know what we've done wrong. We haven't been good enough in the three situations where we've conceded the goal, so we need to put that right starting from tomorrow. But in the main, over the course of the 28 games or so we've played, we've been fantastic from a defensive point of view. We've had a night off the other night, and we have to make sure that our next night off is very far down the road, because if you defend like that, you're going to have problems moving forward.
Right, okay. It's not where you start, it's where you finish, JFK.
Exactly what I said at the start of the show. You know, he's telling us everything that we've all been thinking. You know, he doesn't want to see another performance like that, and let's move on. He's disappointed at the way the team played.
Hello?
He's taking the blame.
I'll cut across you, but we've been joined by a caller. Evening, caller.
Hi, it's Tommy.
How we doing, Tommy?
It's just a wee bit of banter that I want to share with you. I thought it was quite funny. When across the Belfast to see the newborn baby.
Uh-huh.
So obviously I went across with all my Rangers colours on.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love my Rangers.
Well, it depends where you're going in Belfast, but carry on.
Well, this is where it is. It's just a bit of banter. But I'd obviously had a couple of swallows to celebrate the burst of the rain.
Right.
So yesterday, when we were on our way back, I says, do you know what? we'll just jump into this wee pub. We'll get a wee pint of Terence Lager, get something to eat, and then we'll head to the airport. So that was fine. So I was wondering why everybody was all growling at me. So the guys were ordering up Guinness. And I said to my wife, I says, look, the blue boat tents here, but they're very abrupt. So I went, look, just give me a pint of Heineken and something to eat, and then we'll head to the airport. So that was fine. So finished my meal. I went into the toilet to wash my hands and that kind of stuff. And I looked in the mirror and I went, oh my God, I don't believe that I've just done this to this pub. I'd looked through about the pub and it was all Republican. It was a Provo pub. And I'm in there in my full Rangers regalia. And I came out the toilet and I said to my wife, I went, look, we need to get out here as soon as. This is, these guys are going to rip my head off. She went, don't be silly. I went, listen, I'm wearing all my Rangers taps and all that. She said, no, they're charging me for Guinness and using the drink Guinness. So the long story was, the guy came up and they gave her the money back, but they grilled at me all the way, right out the thing. But I just turned around and I went, yes, love it. I drank your pubs. Yeah, manky bastards. Sorry for swearing.
You were doing all right up to there, Tommy. Come on.
Yeah, that was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Well done, mate. Well done, and hope the wind's all right, mate.
Oh, the wind's absolutely brilliant. The wind's absolutely brilliant. Be cracker.
Cheers, mate. Thanks for the call, yeah?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Cheers, buddy.
Me, as we're striker tomorrow, I would be putting Defoe.
Defoe for me, JFK.
Definitely Defoe for me, aye. Definitely Defoe.
Man.
Defoe for me, no problem.
What about you, Tommy?
Defoe, definitely, 100%.
4 Defoes, 3 calling birds. Right, listen, if we don't speak to you, mate, have a nice Christmas and I hope everything goes well with the new baby, yeah?
Right, same with you. We'll off a cracking Christmas and a Happy New Year.
All right. Oh. Cheers, Tommy.
Cheers, Tommy.
Right. Same as hell, guys. Bye.
Brave man.
Aye, brave, aye. Been in a situation before sometimes, but you just need to deal with it. Anyway, I go back to the manager. Obviously, Jack and Balogun are out yet, and we'll see where we go. And I think it'll be pretty much all get the same team. Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt. Probably if Balogun had been fit, I'd probably have played Timsy the Hollander, but the rest of the team picks itself, Oxford. Obviously, Wilfredo being out suspended, so it's either Defoe or Itten for me, but I would go for Defoe personally. But we'll see. Right. We know ourselves, the gaffer always throws us a wee curveball. Yep. People want to join us, get a number. What's the number, Bridge?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Join us at Skype at RangersRadio.online. You've got in the Colby Old School Blue. Phone in, hang up, and we will phone you back. Phone in quickly for a number, make your point. That's it. Easily done, isn't it, JFK? It is indeed, and remember your lottery numbers. Yep. Yeah. Fox is beavering away with a pen. A long time since he's a bit of beaver, is it no?
JFK.
Come on. Dear. You've got a toilet mind, my friend.
Shocker.
We've been joined by Bob here. Good
evening, everyone. How you doing?
All right, mate. Bob. You want a number?
All right, Paul. What was that?
You want a number?
What was that, Ox? Which number, sir?
For the board game.
Okay, go on then.
Fox will message me and give me your number. It's a bonus ball tomorrow. Fox will give me it. Oh, I'll tell you what, the technical staff are creeping under the pressure already. One of them's had to go for a drink earlier than normal.
Quite right.
How are you, Bob Gia?
I'm all right, pal. I'm just seen you walking. I missed your joke last night. A wee bit. I got caught up a wee bit before I started. I didn't take the dog for a walk around Ibrox. I took him a walk around Park Heed. Where I let him lift his leg and crouched in for you know what. So there you go. Aye, good gin last night. I was wetting myself laughing at that. Aye, the Mora. Well,
big game.
We all know the incentive. We can go 16 points in front of these people. The Mora, 16 points. And that's a hell of a grunt to make up. So let's just get out here tomorrow with the team and do it. Simple as. I listened to the manager's press conference today. I got the impression he's getting a wee bit fed up with pointless questions for these people. Try to back him into corners and so on. But he's the manager of Rangers. He's got to take that. I think Big Hillander will come in tomorrow, and I think, like yourselves, I think Defoe will start.
I think so.
The team will be doing nail lines out.
I think the team would pretty much pick itself tomorrow, JFK.
Yeah.
Within reason.
I would think so, mate. I think, we know that it's near our strongest 11, and that is as near the team I picked, I think, is our strongest 11. Good to win the game convincingly, and then if he's got to make changes, that's the thing that did disappoint me on Wednesday, is that he didn't get to try and win the game on Wednesday, and then he could have maybe brought others in, you know. So good, blitz him first half. If he's got to make changes second half, then so be it. But no, that's just probably as near as the first strength team you're going to get at this moment in time, mate. And it is a good team.
That's why we've got a pool of players, lads, to utilise it.
You'll not win the league with 11 players, mate. People who think that, and if you think you're going to get Davis on the park every week for 90 minutes a game, it's not going to happen.
The days are over, Ox, when teams used to. I think the last man that won the league with virtually about 14, 15 players was Jim McLean at Dundee United. 40 years ago.
That was some feat, mate. Some feat.
It was some feat with the pool of players. It was only about 14, 15 players who won the league with. But at the end of the day, you know, I don't think he had the pressure and the commitment at that time. They were playing a lot of Saturday games at that time. And they knew that football's transformed itself into, you know, Saturday, Wednesday, or Sunday, Thursday, as in our case. You're never winning the league with a small pool of players. It's got to be the 20, 22 players to account for the normal things, injuries, suspensions, international breaks, etc., all the rest of it. So, yeah, we've got a big squad of players, and it's being utilised. I think it kind of felt, as I said to you last night, Ox, I think it kind of fell down on itself on Wednesday night. It worked in Poland, it didn't work in Wednesday night, but that's football. That's history. Move on tomorrow. Your target is 16 points tomorrow.
Bridgman?
16 points, absolutely. That's what I want him to do. I want him to go out, do the business on the park, mollocate that mob, and get 3 points. Get us up to 16 again. We were 16 in the last Sunday game we had in the league, and they managed to pull it back, so I'm all for it, definitely. And come on, there's only one sleep to go. Come on, Rangers, waking up.
Yep, they're waking up for it.
And you may get a nap in. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff.
That's true. I need to watch what I'm doing. I need to watch what I'm doing. I might sleep in.
Aye, that's extremely strange, that, boys. Are not back to the old 3 o'clock kick-off on a Saturday. There's not going to be very many of them. Like you said the other night, I can't remember the last time when a game at 3 o'clock on a Saturday. Was it against Ross County, was it? No, that was a Sunday game.
Ross County Ibrox,
Aye, Ross County Ibrox. Was that the last time there was a 3 o'clock kick-off?
Come and join us if you want a number to possibly win the taxi board game. Am I calling that right, man? I'm saying that right. That's what it is, the taxi board game, isn't it?
Aye.
Come and join us. The Rangers version of the taxi board game. We're getting it away. Yeah? Can I get away, JFK?
Well, if you want to win it, mark your name in the hat, come in. You get a number by Fox and Old School Blue, and there's a chance you'll win the game. Looks a good game.
Fox is working hard behind the scenes, getting his boss set up.
He's got the crane. We've been joined by Gary. Evening, Gary.
How we doing, guys? All right?
Hi, Gary.
Hi, Gary.
How we doing? I've got the Rangers game, by the way.
Have you?
I've got a Rangers game. Bought it. Yeah, I've not. To be honest with you, first thing I did, burst it open and got the questions. It started testing how many questions I knew, and then my missus told me to stop it. so we put it away. It's going to come out.
So in other words, let's be really honest about this. You wanted to read all the questions, so when people come round to the house, you knew all the answers, so you could look clever. Can't kid us.
To be fair, I wasn't too bad. It's really well placed because some of the questions are easy, right? But some of the Rangers questions you really need to know your onions to get it right. Do you know what I mean? So they've placed it quite well, and some of it's really recent, like as recent as last season. Do you know what I mean? So some of the questions are really good, and the general knowledge stuff is the same. Some of it's really easy. Some of it's really, you need to. So it's not easy. Basically, it's well placed.
Here. Okay, so it'd be a good prize to win.
Oh, I think, aye. If you win that, you'd be happy. Definitely. If you're on this Rangers Radio listening in and you win that game, yeah, you'd be over the moon. I think it's worth 30, 35 quid or something like that. You get a bit of a discount, obviously, with that code, JERS15, and you get it for about 28 quid, I think, which is not bad. It's good.
Was there any questions regarding Oxtair's age? No.
That was under the general knowledge of the history bridge.
Well done, Pop. Well done.
Oh dear. What's your team for tomorrow, Gary?
Well, I listened to one of the lads said their team for tomorrow, and it's exactly the same for me. The only thing is, you know what Gerard's like, he might change it slightly. I could see possibly, I'm not saying it will happen, but it's almost the same team you picked, so Artfield, Davis and Kamara in midfield. I think that's the hardest pick to pick in it. Roof, Kent and Defoe up front, that's what I would pick. I think the back five picks itself. But I could possibly see Roof dropping to the bench as well and Aribo playing it on the right because I think Gerrard might choose to mix up that forward line totally apart from Kent. So that's a possibility. But I don't think that'll be the case. I'm just saying that's a possibility when I was kind of going through it in my head.
He shocked us a few times. I mean, JFK, when you think back when Barker appeared at Celtic Park.
Aye, the gaffer always does it, and as Gary says, don't be surprised if he throws in that type of curveball. I can agree with what Gary said there. He might even give Barker a game. We don't know how he's thinking at times, but I mean, if Stevie G's listening as he probably is tonight, I mean that's the team, Stevie. Pick that
if
team,
you're listening, Stevie, phone up. We'll give you a number for the board game.
Aye. But no,
you may very well do.
Aye. But it's the team I mentioned at the start of the show is as good a team as we're going to get at this moment. As you said, Oxshire, it's a pool game. You know what I mean? It's a pool of players, not just the 11 on the park. So he's got plenty to pick for to play on the day. So a lot of good personnel there.
Bob Gerard, your number's number 4, mate. Number 4.
Number 4. Okay.
Yes, that'll be that's the
number 4. I'm a right
bonus ball, yeah.
Right.
We've been accused of rigging the bonus ball before, but I don't know how we managed it, JFK.
It'd be quite hard. Mind you, I mean, all I'm saying, if there's anybody for the drum chat we'll get into do with the bonus ball, you need to watch, when these boys are pulled out, they're kind of like wee golf boys, and make sure that their boys in the bag, so you need to watch that. They're always the same, they guys. Bridgeman will tell you about that.
About what?
About rigging the boys and that.
Oh, hey, you. Only did that once, twice, or maybe 3.
Your Honour.
Right, okay. So I think we're all pretty much in muchness for the team, but as we said, we'll not be surprised if Stevie G pulls a stroke. Because you just don't know. He's done it to his most times this season, Bridge, hasn't he?
He's been actually quite consistent and just to baffle us, I think. and not picking the team that we've thought would be the best team. And it's always just done a two-finger job. Jason says, "I'm not interested in what you've got to say. We'll play my team." No, I don't. I mean that in a wee joke, but seriously, it does. Sometimes you go, "Where did he get that one from?" I never thought of that. Never thought of that. A couple of times we put Barker in him. I never thought he was going to do that. Although he hasn't put him in since.
Eddie McMasters appeared on Facebook. Well done, Eddie. Thanks for eventually we tracked you down. Interpol Special Branch. We had everybody on it and we caught you. So congratulations. The signed ball's on its way to you. Yeah, he's appeared on Facebook. Right, where are we? Right, I'm going to say something here. I'm going to use something else. Yeah. By the way, tomorrow is the biggest game of the season.
Absolutely.
JFK.
Absolutely.
Of course, every game, the next game is our biggest game. But this, at this moment in time, is our biggest game of the season, because if anything does happen tomorrow that isn't in our favour, then the wheels might start coming off, as a lot of people are saying. But so we just need to keep the momentum up and win the game. Whether it's a Bridgeman or a 4 or 5-0, win the game. 16 points. The puddle drinkers are playing in their game on Sunday. Then come Wednesday, we'll see what happens when they play in the league, whoever they play, if they play. But we play St Johnstone. Forget about the cup now, it's gone. Let's go forward now. Go forward.
Yes, absolutely.
But you can't do
that.
I think
past. When you go, Bob?
Sorry, Ox. I think we'll know within the first 10 minutes of what sort of game it's going to be. And if we go with the right attitude and start the game in the right way, I feel sorry for Motherwell, because they potentially could come off in a right hiding, because if the players choose to exert their heads in the right places, basically, and that's what we're all hoping for. Obviously, as you guys call it, a Bridgeman, 1-0, solid 3 points, job done. I'll be perfectly happy, don't get me wrong, but I think there is real potential there that the springboard effect, and because Motherwell are in great form. Don't get me wrong, I'm not dismissing them, far from it, but if the players in the right way, I don't think Gerrard would have to do a lot of analysis. They'll go through it, they'll clip the game, they'll watch it, they'll discuss it, and then that'll be it. I don't think he would have went through the players or anything like that. I think what he's told us on that interview, he's put his hand up and says, "Look, it's my mistake." He'd have said that to the players, the same thing. It's not that he's protecting the team or anything like that. I think,
I don't think he would have said that to the players, mate.
I think 27 game unbeaten run, mate. 27 game unbeaten run.
There's no chance he said that to the players, mate.
No, he's definitely not said words to that effect. But what I'm saying is, he's not going through. They've not walked into the dressing room, sat down, and he's went, "Don't worry about it, chaps. Hard luck, all beans, and let's go away." No, he was angry. And Wednesday night, he was angry as we were. Do you know what I was thinking about it, Ox? You know, a lot of what I think it might have been caused where what's upset the chemistry in the team coming for Gerrard is the Gerrard Houllier thing possibly might have changed the way Gerrard has been at training this week, leading up to that game, and the players might have sensed that.
I wouldn't think so.
Gerrard Houllier had nothing to do with Calvin Bassey running into the back of the wee boy playing for City.
No, I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying players picking up on Gerrard's being different approach, being maybe
of course
quieter,
Gerrard would be upset. But we all have losses in life, and people are older people we lose. You know what I mean? And people we worked with disappear. You know, you still have to go to your work the next day.
Oh, I know that. I know from personal experience what it's like. Losing people that are close to me and having to crack on without having to grieve. But what I'm saying is when you try and look at reasons for it, there's obviously a reason for it. It's just an off game, but there's obviously a reason that's caused it.
All right, listen, lads, it's time to get yourselves in mute to we have a tune.
No worries.
Oh, every other Saturday, my half day up, and it's up to the match I go. Happily wander down the Copeland Road, me and my wee pal Joe. Oh, we love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all. We love to see the Rangers score. Whoa, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all. We love to see the Rangers score. Oh, we won the Scottish League about 1,000 times. The League Cup is simple too. We gave some exhibitions in the Scottish Cup. We gave a Wembley Wizard too. And when the Glasgow Rangers won the European Cup, when we won they had before, we'll rally round an Ibrox 100,000 strong. We'll give the boys an Ibrox roar. Whoa, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all. We love to see the Rangers score. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all. We love to see the Rangers score. Whoa, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all. We love to see the Rangers score.
Oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see.
All right, we've been joined by Alex from Wishaw. How we doing, Alex?
Good evening, Oaks here. Bridgeman.
Doing, mate? You want a number for the board game, mate?
The board game? Yeah, okay then, thank you.
Yep, well, I'll get you. Fox will send it, mate. I'll give you. Yep.
How much obliged, thank you.
No, don't bother, mate. All right, mate. You're one of the voices of reasons at Rangers Radio. Put everything in perspective for us, mate.
Well, after the result, I find it a bit easier to maybe wait 24 hours. Because tensions and you say things probably you regret after it and that. But you take into context, it looked as if it was quite a good pathway to get to the final. Unfortunately, after 20 minutes, we just never played after that. And St Mirren ended up with a better team. They went through, but in the big picture now, we know exactly what's at hand now. And we go to these parts, it's got to be the same way. When you go to St Johnstone next week, you go to St Mirren, they're going to play the exact same way. So we're going to have to get a head round about it. We're talking about the players and that, the squad. Everybody's mentioned how good the squad's been. And for to make the 7 changes, we went to Poland and won 2-0. Went to St Mirren. I never see what you call it, Rangers getting beaten no matter who we play. We should have been good enough to beat St Mirren. So the squad's all there. We've got a quality squad. Just the team with you. After 20 minutes, you just fell out the game. That's basically what happened.
Yeah. After that Zunga tackle, actually, mate.
Well, that was the one as well. I put him. He was quite scared after that, you know, but we knew exactly what the tie was going to be. That's how they line up, Jim Goodwin's teams. But it's going to be the same all saying we play these teams. Doesn't matter what players we're going to play. We're just a bit hurt because we thought that was our chance to get the first silverware. If Rangers had probably won a trophy within this lean time, it wouldn't have looked too bad, I don't think. It's because it's went quite a while now. And everybody was geared up. We thought that's the first start of the silverware. But that's just football. And I've said it time and time again. It's one game at a time here. This is how we need to do it. Never mind going on to the end of December and get into January, we're going to be then. Folk talk about winning trebles and winning all this. We've got a right challenge on here. It's up to Rangers to
can't take your call right now. Just leave.
Oh, don't worry about that. He'll be back in a second. Aye, carry on, Alex.
And we've got a challenge in that, and the players need to butt for it. The manager puts the team in the park. It was the players that let down, the fans in that. So we've just got to move on to it. That's a trophy less, but the big one's in May. That's the one we really want to win.
But the big one continues tomorrow. Number 17, Alec. Number 17 for you, mate.
Oh, very good. Very good. Thanks very much.
And the bonus ball, yeah.
Well, great. The game, what do you call it, tomorrow? Looking forward to it. Motherwell will be a stiff test as well, no matter how they're playing. They'll just come and they'll put a double block probably, and we'll need to break them down. But it's all about the Rangers, how we play tomorrow. Hopefully, this is a winning start again and get us back on one of these runs again.
Yeah, we need to win the match. We need to win the match, mate. Simple as that.
That's it. Win the match and take the 3 points. We'll carry on from there. It's been a bit of a setback for us and that, the Rangers fans and that, but we've got to go over it. And they come on there and people are saying this about the team and the squad, the full lot. That's the squad we had at the beginning. Everybody agreed it was a quality squad. Anybody could come in and take one another's place. So it just went pear-shaped the other night there, and we've got to move on from it.
You're here, JFK.
There's not much I can add to that because, I mean, I'm the same there. You know, it's a glitch, and that's all it is as far as I'm concerned. And we've got a real good pool of players that should be able to finish the season in a high. And I can see us winning quite convincingly tomorrow. Look, it happens. And the ones that are bumping their gums about it's the bottles crashing or that, just don't even listen to them. Just let know. And if you're, again, I keep saying, if you're a Rangers fan and you're using the word bottlers, then you shouldn't be supporting the Rangers. You've got a right to criticise and critique the team, which we all can do. But I'm happy for the way things are going. I mean, one defeat in 27. Come on, get a life, guys. So I just want to see us get them on. The biggest game of the season up to now and get and perform. And Motherwell will make it hard for us. They're a physical team. And their league position, don't be fooled by that. They'll come and give us a game all right and have the low block 4 and 5. So we need to be prepared for another turgid 90 minutes to break them down. And if it's a bridge man, it's a bridge man. But any more than a bridge man will do is. But 3 points is what's a must, mate. So let's get behind the team, and stop this bottle rubbish and moaning about the manager's made a bad decision about picking this one and that one. As I said before, it was nearly a reserve team we did against St Etienne and nobody was complaining there. So let's take it into perspective. It's a League Cup semi-final we lost get into. So let's just take it to chin.
You need to go back to 1975, mate.
Aye.
You mean against Lech Poznan?
What do you mean?
You said St Etienne.
Oh, did I, mate? Oh, sorry. It's not
the first time I've been told you're stuck in 1975.
I need to get back on that drink, mate.
Oh, you need to go and get that bike out the trophy room.
Well, it's not the type of bikes I like, mate.
Yeah, okay, what a shocker.
I think you better go on and drink. You're a wee bit naughty when you're sober.
I know, mate.
But well said, mate. Apart from Eddie, where did that
I don't know where that came from, mate. I just came out of there. I'll need to go to another side of ice lolly.
Anyway, we've been joined by my good friend Albert. Evening, Albert.
Evening, Ox. Evening, guys. How you all doing?
Hi, Albert.
Hi, Albert.
I'm ready for a number for the bonus ball for to win the board game.
Aye, go for it, mate.
Yeah, Fox will send it for you, mate. Yep.
Yeah.
That'll do you. That'll save you getting a box. You win that. Save you getting a box of Ferrero Rocher, yeah?
Oh, that's that. Aye, she'll be playing that whether she likes it or no. I'll beat her because she's hopeless at Rangers questions, not me.
41 for you.
I'll hide 41, mate. I'll hide the general knowledge. She's good at that, so we'll be playing with them.
How we doing, Albert? What's on your mind, mate?
Just about the game the other night, and then they get tomorrow's game. We need to learn a couple of lessons for Wednesday night, right? Now, the players just did play. That's all it was. There's nothing more than that. Jimmy's right. There's no blip or anything like that nonsense. Big Bassy get hung out to dry. I thought the experienced players and the management of the team would have helped the boy out because he was up against a speed merchant and he didn't know how to cope with it. He really didn't. Now, a speed merchant, there's two things you need to do when you're playing. Anybody who's played fullback knows. When you're playing against a speed merchant, you deny him two things. You deny him the ball and you deny him space. One of the two, you deny him one of the two things, you take him right out of the game. Big Bassy was caught in no man's land. He was in the wrong side of him at times as well. And you're saying, big boy's inexperienced, just came to the front. But he'll learn for it. He'll get better, the big boy. There's no doubt about that. The coaching staff have got to hold him and learn and teach him that. It's not that difficult to play against a speed merchant if you know what you're doing, you know what I mean? But anyway, that's one. The other one is Balogun touched the ball than many other Rangers player last in Wednesday night, and I was disappointed with that because what that clown, their manager, what was his name? Goodman or whatever his name is. They marked for centre half and they marked for right back. I mean, that sounds ridiculous, but that's exactly what they did. They marked Tavernier, then they marked Big Golson. So they recognise that they are the most dangerous players in the Rangers team at the moment for scoring goals. That is, it sounds crazy, but it's true. If we don't learn for that, you're going to get more of these teams picking up on this. And I guarantee you, on Saturday, Muller were going to mark Golson, going to mark Tavernier. They're guaranteed that's what they're going to go and do. But what should have happened on Wednesday, Zunga should have dropped back deeper and took the ball off Balogun because Balogun's hopeless on the ball. I don't like Balogun on the ball. He's no good. He's no vision. He's no good passer of the ball. Great defender, but he's no good. He's no good vision. And if you notice on Wednesday night, he was on the ball a hell of a lot. And you're saying, I don't want you on the ball. I really don't want you on the ball. So Zunga should have. Goldston and Balogun should have dropped deeper and pulled their forwards up the park and away for the midfield, and that would have gave our midfield more space to work. But we didn't. So I was disappointed in Zunga. I thought he would actually drop back, took the ball off Balogun and started pinging the boys that Golson usually pings. But he didn't. So
I thought Zunga started all right, Albert, and fell out the game after that tackle, mate.
He did, mate. He did. I don't think he played a brilliant game all game.
No, I'm not saying he started all right.
Aye, he was all right, but he was playing it way too safe. You know what I mean? You're sitting saying to yourself, one son, I want you to drive our zone here. Drive us up the park. I mean, we're trying to go down the wings and beat them in the wings. We're trying to go through in the middle and beat them in the middle. We weren't getting through. Big Golson showed you in 6 minutes. It was through the channels. He walked right through them in the channel. Just walked right through them. And you're seeing there, yeah, that's where the gaps are on the channels. No doing the wings because they're ready for you on the wings and they're ready for you through the middle. Go in the chat. But near the midfielders, I thought Arfield had picked up on it, but he didn't. But that's just, we need to learn for it. Because these teams, all I've heard all season, I don't know if you're the same, but all I've been hearing all season, for ex-managers, managers of the leagues, the teams in the leagues now, pundits, ex-players, a whole lot. All I've been hearing is, how do we stop Rangers? How do we stop Rangers? Everybody talks about, how do you stop Rangers? I'm saying to myself, what's all this about stopping Rangers? I watched that more than that, going through that season without getting beaten. I never once heard anybody saying, how do you stop them? Not one person's ever said, how do you stop them? They're the ones that are sitting winning all the trophies, but nobody's talking about how do you stop them. Everybody's talking about how do you stop the Rangers? How do you stop the Rangers? We should be getting courage for everybody to keep going, to stop them winning all these trophies, because it doesn't look good throughout world football. One team dominating all the trophies. That's stupid. That's just bordering on. You've not got a league. You've not got any competition in your country. But anyway, apart from that, I think the team on Saturday will be McGregor, Tav, Golson, Helander, Barisic, midfield, Kamara, Davis, Zunga, the forward line are Aribo, Defoe, and Roof.
Hey, Kent.
I think we man needs a rest now. I think it's definitely need taking out the team a wee while. He's looking a bit jaded to me. He's looking a bit lacking in ideas at the moment.
I said that last night, all there. He's turning around and running into people.
Dave, how we doing, Dave? Hello, Dave.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
What's on your mind?
Well, what's on my mind? It's about this loss we had on this cup game. Everybody's going crazy about saying we lost. Get over it. You know, we lost. That's it. You know, me personally, all I'm interested in is this one in the league. That's the end of the day, or even a chance of the Europa, to be honest.
I think we're an outside chance in that 33-1, but if we keep racking up the points and keep winning games, we will win the league, but we need to get back on winning ways tomorrow, Dave.
I think we will. There's no doubt about that, to be honest. I just think it was like everybody say, it was a glitch and it's happened. It was going to happen anyway, somewhere or another. It happened that night. That was it. Get on with it.
Listen, what we've got you on, do you want a number for the board game to win the board game? Rangers Taxi game?
Yeah, can I have them all, please?
Once I get your number, Fox will send it
number
through.
12.
No, you
number
don't get
12,
to pick.
please,
You don't get to pick, mate. You're not that important.
Oh, sorry. That's terrible. That is shocking.
Don't think that the customer's always right on here, mate. Number 19 you've got. Number 19.
What a shocker, Oxford. What a shocker.
I've told you before, Bridge.
I think at the end of the day, we're going to win the league. We're going to win the league, definitely.
No, that's the point. That's the point that all bears making. That's the most important thing.
Happen. This has been 2 years in the making, mate. All this build up right now is 2 years in the making from Gerrard, and it's happening now. It's all coming together, and I think we've got a great squad. If you look at the squad we've got now on the field, and if you look on the bench, you could just take one player for one player, just swap each player for each player. And it's so great to see that now. It's been a lot of years since we've had that.
Right. Did you get that number 19 in the bonus ball for
no.
Tomorrow
number
night?
12, not 19.
All right. I'll score him off for number 19, and we'll leave him. Oh, number 12's gone. You've not got a shot anymore. Sorry.
Oh my lord! It's fine, no worries.
Number 19 you've got, yeah?
Yes, it's good. That's good. Thank you very much.
All right, mate. All right. Listen, it's a good point he makes, Alex, isn't it? This team's been 2 years in the making, and we have to see what it takes us, yeah?
That's it. It's just 2 years to build a team. So everything was going great up till last Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was all positive, all singing about it and being happy. It's a setback, and that's what happens in football. It's how now we get over this and go in tomorrow and win the game. Just go there and beat Motherwell, and that's it. Go 16 points clear.
We've been joined by Big Al. We'll be phoning in for a bonus ball number.
Yeah, I'll take 55.
I think we found that's gone, mate. That's gone. Big Al, a number.
Can I get 8.75 in a row then? 1690. What else? I don't know. 1914.
Oh, by the way, believe it or believe it not, the number that you have been allocated with from the Fox is number 55.
Thank you very much, Fox. Is this a real thing? You're going to post it to me when I win it?
No, we'll keep it till you turn up.
Right, no, that's all right. No, what I was going to say was re-raffle it for charity.
I'll take it. I'll take it out of him.
There you go, big man. You come over. How are you, Wreck-It Ralph?
I'm all right, pal. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm good. It's good to hear you. I phoned up when I heard your dulcet tones, mate. It's good to be on such with esteemed company.
Oh, you're
rubbing shoulders with radio top brass, you know what I mean?
Tenor's
Good
the
when you're
post,
on
man.
there.
Tenor's the post.
Radio.
Is that everything you wanted, aye?
That's it, man. Aye.
No, just to echo, just same again. I don't see why we should be downbeat. I've seen a few things. I think that's where we come in. But guys are a wee bit downbeat for the last 2 seasons. Around about this time, kind of arses have collapsed, so to speak. But I don't think that's the case this time. What's that? 27 games unbeaten in the league, 47 goals.
17 games in the league we've played, yeah.
17 games in the league. So I don't think that there's any need for us to be downbeat. Because we're at the top of the league, and I think with that League Cup defeat, their standalone issues, you can't take that into the league. You can't take that into a European form. You can't take it into the Scottish Cup. You know what I mean? I think that defeat stands alone. It's gone. There's nothing we can do about it. But we've got a chance to get back on the horse and gallop away again at the top of the league. So I don't see why we should be down about anything. Just what Albert was saying as well. If it's not working for us on the wings, and teams do see the deficiencies, we have to come inside. I think if Albert and me can recognise things like that, sure to God the manager recognises these things, and also the players on the park recognise these things. And just one other wee thing, I think whose wife's talking?
Right, hello.
Whose wife's that?
Who's talking?
Fucking hell.
It does.
You, Bob Jerry.
I'm going to have to go, obviously.
All right, cheers, mate.
Listen, great to hear you again, guys. Good luck for tomorrow. And 16 points, that's the target. Take care, gentlemen.
Take care. If I could just finish what I was going to say, I think we've got experience here now. I think your Kemar Roof is a battler and a winner. I think Arfield is in the same mould. Davis is in the same mould. So we've got experience here that we can lean on and rely on moving forward. Goldson's came to the fore. This isn't a criticism. Please don't think this is a criticism of Tavernier. But I think Tavernier, when he's going good, but a wee bit of pressure might knock him off balance. I hope the manager's ironed that out with him this season. I think he may have, but I think previous seasons that was an issue. I don't think it'll be an issue this season. I hope it won't be an issue. So I hope the manager's trying to rectify a few things. Look, I'll hang up because I need to go.
All right.
But thanks again. You're having a wonderful show, man. And all the best, Jimmy, for Christmas. If I don't hear your dulcet tones, big man, all right. And have you seen Stevie in that Elvis jumpsuit?
No yet, no.
Oh, send me a picture, buddy. Send me a picture.
You take care.
Take care. Thanks very much.
Cheers, buddy.
Take care.
Right.
Merry Christmas.
I think we've been joined by Blue Star. Evening, Blue Star.
Evening, Hawks. Evening, Jimmy. Evening, Bridge. Evening, guys.
Hi, Blue Star.
You're in for a number, Blue Star, for this board game, taxis.
Aye, on you go.
Fox will send me a number for you. Last time I seen you, I was putting you in a taxi.
Yeah, you.
What's on your mind?
Well, going back to the result the other night, some of the guys are of the opinion that it doesn't really matter. Well, I'll tell you, it mattered. It mattered like hanging knee, and it's still so.
I've not really heard anybody say that they matter. What I've heard is...
Well, I have actually. I've heard them saying that, well, it's a Diddy Cup and it doesn't really matter. The league's the most important. We all know the league's the most important.
That's the point they've been making.
Yeah, but the way I would look at it is, it's all right saying we went 27 games unbeaten. Yes, we know that's true. There's two ways of looking at tactics. When you're in a cup, whether it's the least of the two cups or no, the fact of the matter is, it was the best chance that our manager had of winning his first trophy. Now, whether it was his tactics or whether it was the players or the personnel that he put out, the fact of the matter is he's been changing players 5, 6, 7 sometimes from game to game. So we can't just say certain guys played bad. The fact of the matter was, most of our team were dreadful the other night, and we're hoping that it's just a one-off. I just hope, and I'm praying that it's not a case of what's happened the last couple of years. Yes, certainly we've went on a far longer run with no being beaten. But the facts are still the facts, Ox. That was our easiest chance to get a trophy under the bag. And we all hear players and punters and everybody else talking about momentum. The fact of the matter is, the momentum carries you on. It gives your players, most of our players have never won nothing. That's the whole point. And that was their easiest chance of winning anything, was that cup. So I just hope that he's got it into them, that they pick themselves up and they go hell for leather again and keep this winning run going on in the league.
Number 49 for you.
Oh, I know I nod.
Number 49.
Aye, fine. So for me, it was just the fact that they would never have an easier chance in any cup. Never mind that one. No, and the most maddening thing, Ox, was it wasn't just they had an off night. It was the fact that Davis scored a cracking goal because he had a lot of guys up in front of him. And I heard somebody yesterday saying that it was a bit of a fluke. You're having a laugh. The guy tried every bit of that to scoop it up and put it into the top corner. To score that in the 90th minute and then to let in the crappy goal that we did to lose it.
Do you think he meant to hit that into the ground, lad?
No, but I think he did try to get it out of all the bodies. I definitely did.
He tried to shoot. He's claffed it and it ended up going in the right place for us. It wasn't a sweet strike. But by the way, I actually think that was how, even what made people more angry, and I'll go to Alex with this, because we got the equaliser and lost the goals, people were more peed off.
Exactly.
That's right. Correct, that's exactly what it was. After getting the equaliser right on full time, then you get in, you get 3 corners. McGregor makes an outstanding save, and the wee guy runs in and finishes it. It's unbelievable. That's what people were hurt. Tensions was flying after it, because we all know how we all felt. But as I say, what's been done is done. We had a great chance to win the cup, and we've just not done it. So we've got to get tomorrow and win 3 points, and hopefully we can start getting back on a good trail again. And it's game for game.
It's how you react, Albert.
That's it, mate. I mean, that's gone. I mean, I'm raging. I didn't go in and win the cup. I'm absolutely raging about that. But it's gone. It's done. It's finished. We'll draw the line under it. The big game is now Saturday, and that's what I'm interested in now. And it's just results for me, mate. I keep telling everybody that. If we'd have won on Wednesday night, I'd have went, great result. We would have played well, but great result. I don't think we've been playing absolutely brilliant in every game so far this season anyway, but we've been getting the results, and that's what counts. That's really what counts. So, counting Saturday, play stinking all you want, but I want to win. I don't care how you get it, just get it. And you need to score goals. And last season, when we turn of the year, that's the reason we went on that bad run, because we stopped scoring goals. Morelos was suspended for a few games, and Defoe was injured. And we just, for then, we drew and lost a game, and we couldn't kick on for there. So you need to score goals. It's as simple as that. Kent, Roof, Itten, Defoe, Morelos, Aribo, Arfield, they all need to score more goals. It's just as simple as that, guys. And I don't think we looked... I know Stephen Gerrard said we played well on Wednesday, all right on Wednesday, but I don't think we created many chances at all on Wednesday.
Oh, the goal never had many saves to make.
And see, if you take it the Dundee United game, we scored 2 cracking goals, but we never really created anything in that either.
What we did, Albert, we were in situations where we should have made chances and never made them.
Yeah, exactly. You're right, mate, exactly. Big Aribo hit the byline, and Big Aribo was fighting the ball, and I don't know what was up with the big man, but that's his worst game in the Rangers jersey. You know what I mean? But he's fighting the ball, and he gets to the byline and normally drops the shoulder when the guys challenge him, flying in to challenge him, and just walks through him. But instead of that, he tries to cross the ball and he clashes with the guy, and you're like, that's not your style, big man. You'd have sent him spinning out the park. He wouldn't have get near you if you were on your game. It's just one of the nights. It just happens. It's just one of the nights.
I think he's struggling. He's struggled after that injury. He's never really got back to it.
Aye, he is.
He's full
You're right,
fitness.
Looks a wee bit timid to me. He just has to get a bit of confidence back. I don't know if he's never maybe had the type of injury before. Gary, any thoughts? Oh, Gary's left us. GFK, any thoughts, Aribo?
The team I've picked obviously is no get Aribo in it, and I'm not drafting them in my team for any other reason than that. I just think that team that he would pick tomorrow would be the best team for me. Aribo's a cracking player. We all know that. I've watched him this season. He's some games he's not performed well, but so is a lot of the players. But that's why it's a team game. Aribo for me, I think it was, I can't remember who said at the very early start of the show, he'd maybe put in Aribo there in place of Roof. I wouldn't be too unhappy with that. But no, Aribo's is a cracking player, mate. We all know that. So, yeah, that might be one of the curveballs. You might put Roof on the bench and put Aribo out there. Or maybe even Barker, but we don't know. We'll just need to wait to see 2 o'clock tomorrow when he announces the team. But Aribo's one of the mainstays of the team, mate.
Jimmy, incidentally, who did you have for your midfield for tomorrow?
Kamara, Davis and Arfield.
Right.
I think Maystays all agreed with that. You know, that probably the midfield.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with it. Yeah.
Mark up front was Roof, Defoe and Kent.
No, my midfield, Jimmy, is Kamara, Davis and Zunga.
Well, I couldn't argue with that either.
I don't think you'll see Zunga tomorrow.
No.
I don't.
He should start, by the way, because I'll tell you another thing. I'm not convinced that's his position either. He doesn't look that type of player. I mean, he looks a player that wants to drive. See that tippy tappy, knocking it out, keeping it squaring it, and that doesn't look like he's comfortable with that game at all. He looks like more a dinner.
Sorry, guys, I agree with you on that one. Oh, see if you remember whenever we didn't know much about him and what Stevie G was talking about him. If you remember, there was 2 or 3 pressers. He told you that he was a driving midfielder. He wasn't a sitter.
He was playing the role that he was told to play on Wednesday.
Exactly. So it could well be that he's starting him there, but I think predominantly the guy's natural game is to go forward. I know for a fact he certainly goes forward playing for his country, so you would say that was his natural position, you know. It's a bit the same as Kamara. See when you see Kamara playing with Finland, the guy drives up and down the park all the time. He's always going forward.
He showed more glimpses of that in the last few months. Kamara, Alex.
Yeah, he definitely is. International football as well. That's where he plays. He's more like a time. That's how basically I think. I know he's injured. Ryan Jack's a big miss, I think.
Aye.
I definitely think Ryan Jackson.
Listen, you think about it, right? We'll get this game tomorrow. Then we're away to Perth, away to St Johnstone, away to Aberdeen, away to Hibs. 4 out of the next 6 games.
Yeah.
That random computer, JFK.
Oh, it's a right random computer, isn't it? I think it's there at the Pedo Dome, that computer, in Livewell's office with his pal Doncaster and that. Aye. Look, well, I think I've overcame a lot of things at the start of the season when they were supposedly computer drawn against the lower teams and we were getting what would class as the top 16. We've overcame that and we've come through to this stage of the league. So let's not get complacent about tomorrow, thinking about Motherwell's going to be a pushover. But let's be confident in the team that we've got to take out. And that's the way I'm looking at it. I disagree with Blue Star to an extent. I'm not saying the cup doesn't matter to me, but it's gone now. And we can't dwell on that. If it had been a league game, I'd have been concerned. But it'd be nice to win the cup. But it's not there for us now. So there's a bigger picture.
I think we've been joined by a certain person for the Drum Chapel. Might be with us. Evening, big chap.
All right, lads. How you doing? All right.
How you doing, Big Stevie?
All right, Stevie.
Big mucker.
All right, Stevie. All right.
You in for a number?
Brand new, lads. I'm phoning for my number. Myra Hinley says I have to get something with a 6 in it. I don't know what that means right enough.
3 6.
666.
Well, that could be what she's, but obviously it doesn't go up to that. Ain't a 6, he says. So, listen, I'm knowing the solids. Yeah, I don't know about the rest of these. I'm still sick as a parrot, by the way. But look, let's get real. What's it, 28 games, a couple of draws, 1 defeat? Guys, come on, we'll overcome it. Can I ask this question? Does there anybody else, anybody in the panel thinks, and anybody listening in, do they think Rangers will not drop any more points or drop any points for the run-in? Of course they're going to drop points. Yeah. We need to stick by the team. It's going to happen at some point. There's no way. What's the chances of getting through a full season, no dropping nothing or getting beat a game? Come on. And but you beat one game and some of the triviality is just, it's really, look, we've got to be realistic. We've got a great chance of putting more pressure on them on Saturday. Come on, get behind the team, get behind the guys. That low block with all these teams, I'm afraid Scottish football is dead at times, certain grounds you go to. I just think we've got to get behind the team, guys. Stevie G's done what any captain of any ship would do, is take it in the chin. He said it's his fault, but we play as a team, we lose together, we fight together, you know, we win together. That's it, and that's including support. Just get behind the troops, and we'll get a good result here Saturday, and we can move on. Now, what's my number?
Well, 15, so 1 and 5 equals 6, yeah? So number 15.
Well, I was laughing about the boy with the board game. You go right, you get a taxi fare to the airport. You go left, you get hit with a brick. Your wages took off you. Is that the brick that Skipper did?
Skipper's contacted him to see if he can sell many bricks for next year's version.
Well, you get a rubber brick with the game, by the way. I've got the game. You get a rubber brick with it so you can hit each other with it.
Right, well, anyway, listen.
So the ones you used to dive in at swimming, the rubber bricks.
Listen, all Bear said that a while back, he's been saying it for now, and I'm not blowing smoke up his head in, but all Bear, I value your opinion, right? We'll have got something special there. Just hang on, keep your powder dry. Stick by the team. You know what the battle cry is, lads. Come on, Saturday's coming. We'll put more pressure on them. Keep your peckers, your chins up. I'm away of something solid to eat. All right, I'll talk to you on Saturday. Okay,
1 and 5. 1 and 5.
1 and 5. 1 and 5. 15. Right, okay, over now, lads. All the best.
Take care, big chap.
Cheers, Stevie.
See you later, lads.
Cheers.
Oxchair.
Yes, mate.
Can I dig you up with something? Did you mention in the games up to be playing the puddle drinkers that were playing the sheep?
No, what I said was we play at home tomorrow, well then we're away to St Johnstone. I missed out the Hibs home game. Yeah, away to St Mirren game. I missed out the puddle drinkers then. I says we're away to Aberdeen then. Quite quick we're away to Hibs again.
Alright, sorry mate. I wasn't digging you up there. I just
No, maybe I didn't explain myself.
I didn't hear you right, pal.
You know, no, you did hear me right. I never mentioned the home games, yeah?
It's four very winnable games to be played, or 5 if we include the puddle drinkers in that.
Aye, but we need to start. We need to win tomorrow. That's the big game. And it doesn't matter how else we do it. Alex?
That's it, Ox, yeah. Tomorrow's the most important game now. Get a victory tomorrow. That sets us up. But it is what it is now. Unfortunately, we're out the cup and that's how it's to be. But we've got to move on.
Yep.
And let's get behind it. Stevie was right there.
Let's say we would have won the game, got the corner kick, broke the ball, went the other way. We got the corner kick and won the game. Would we have played any better on Wednesday? But we'd just been flying now, wouldn't we?
That's the nature, isn't it?
Aye.
It's a thin line. It's a thin line, mate. We could have come away with a result. The rest, Stevie Davis get the equaliser into extra time. Who knows what will happen? But the point is, we get knocked out of the cup and that's it. It looked as if it was a right good pathway to get to the final. That was a hurting thing with the fans in that bit. 24 hours later, you've got to take it in where we've came from, what we've got, undefeated record up to St Mirren there. Let's get real about it here. with the squad he's got. Everybody was praising the squad. We had a great squad we had there. 2 weeks ago, every player is like a jigsaw, one out, one in. Terrific. We can do this, we can play that. You go to Poland, you put 7 players in and win the game 2-0. Yet he makes a couple of changes there against St Mirren, we get beat. So there you go. The players that just never performed in the night, and that was it.
We need to be careful and all. We let outside influences create pressure, or trying to create pressure on, put it this way. But they go on about 27 games, they go on about 17 clean sheets, they go on about goals this and records this, and you're sitting going to yourself, none of this crap means anything. It just doesn't mean anything. Winning games means everything.
That's the world we live in now, Albert. Everything's all about statistics, mate.
But we don't want dragged into it, Jimmy. Once we get dragged into that game, all we need to do, concentrate on Saturday, go out and beat them, get the result. That's all I care about. Then the next result, then the next one at a time. Just line them up.
I'm in the same bus as you and Alex now. I've said that right at the start. You know, I'm disappointed we're not there, but let's just move on and let the ones that want to moan about it. That's up to them. For me, it's a nothing. It's gone now. You can't change it. It's gone. So let's move on and go to the biggest game of the season, because the Mora is the biggest game. As far as every game's big for us. So let's get the Mora, win the game, and we'll not be sitting here hopefully tomorrow night saying what a great performance that was. And that's the nature of life, watching the Rangers. And we've had that many ups and downs in the last 2.5 years. So for me, it's the game's gone now, and let's just forget about it.
No, you're
That's a good shout, Jimmy. That's a good shout, Jimmy.
You're exactly right.
Well said.
I just don't like. See, when that scum mob are going for any records, it's all kept a secret till they actually achieve it. Then oh, by the way, did you know when we're going for any records, it's every step of the way. It just seems to be letting everybody know somebody needs to stop them. You're gonna chill out here. Don't put too much emphasis on these records anyway. I don't care about them. Clean sheets and all that nonsense. You can have clean sheets for now at the end of the season and no win the league. Results win leagues, no clean sheets.
Exactly. See if we even lost 15 games and won the league. Who really well cares?
Exactly.
That's the end result. It's just about winning title 55, and that's it. It doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you do it.
I think these 2 games, Bridgeman, are massive. The next 2 games, because home to Marble, away to St Johnstone. That's us. We get A2 and we take 6 points out of 6. Hopefully we do. You're on the turn for home then, Bridgeman.
Absolutely. And this is all we're looking for. Once again, I'm going to say it, I don't want to go past tomorrow. Biggest game of our season by a long way now. And that, particularly after the wee bit blip or hiccup we had last night. We really need to get our act in gear. Please, everybody involved with Rangers, everybody concentrate. Big game. Huge game. 3 points, please. Thank you very much.
Ox, we won that game tomorrow. We go 16 points clear. The 16 points is what? 6-3. Now, the bottom line is, it's all right saying they can have a couple of games in Horn. We've just proved that point. You can't win every game. You can't. The chance of law averages, you can't win every game. Doesn't matter how good a team you are. So the fact of the matter is, it's better to have the points in the bag. We put them under massive pressure again because they've not got a thing by there in the cup. It's all about what we do, and as long as we take each game as it comes and we put the points on the board, the story's ended.
Okay, look, they can't afford any more slip-up, guys. The pressure's all on them. They cannot slip up anymore. They know it. So the pressure's all on them. We're talking, we're going in here, we lost on Wednesday, we're going into a Motherwell game on Saturday. At Ibrox, we're getting it pressure. But that's not any pressure on us. We're a better team than Motherwell. We will prove it on Saturday. We're a better team. We're getting the result. But the pressure's on that mob. That mob cannot slip up. They know it. If they slip up, if they won their game, whether it's a draw, whether they get beat, they're done, they're gone, they're finished. They're no coming back.
Yep.
I think we've got to win games. We've got to take 6 out of 6 in the next 2 games. Then we get a wee break for a couple of days after. we play Hibs again on Saturday again, and the games are going to keep coming thick and fast. This has always been a crucial time of the season. You can't win the league in December, JFK, but you can lose it.
No, well, we proved that last season, didn't we? When we thought, and let's not kid ourselves, we all thought after beating them that it was there for the taking. And we're never going to have a bigger chance than the moment we've got this season. What Blue Star said there is correct, and Bernard. Look, it's up to them. We can only lose this, right? It's no there for them. We can only lose it. But we just need to keep winning. You know, looking at the running that we've got, it's a great run into the start of the year, and we are more than capable. We shouldn't be saying that we're more than capable. We are very capable. We're a better team than we have been the last 2.5 seasons, and he's gelled and built a team will go in here and win the championship. So all the doubters out there, just get the doubt out your head. And support the Teddy Bears and that, because as Bridgman always says, they need us, and these guys listen to us all, and they don't want to hear negative comments. It's a wee glitch, it's a wee pothole in the road. It's nothing much. Just let's keep going, keep it going for the Rangers.
Keep it going for the Rangers. Are you allowed to say that?
Is that been patented? Aye, is that?
I think it's a trademark, mate.
He's for Peterson Park. So
he's got it tattooed.
He can say anything he wants. Pearson Park. Pearson Park. Bad boys in Pearson Park. Aye. Wild boys.
Pearson Park. Yoker West.
Hey, is that the famous man? Played for Yoker. Played for Yoker. Sam English played for Yoker. Did you know that? Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
I remember Jeff Holmes was on with a book.
Yeah.
And in fact, I need to speak to Bridge about that. We've got to purchase some of the books. Forgot about that one.
Don't talk to me tonight, please.
Oh, not tonight. Aye, so we're getting into this game tomorrow, and we're all panicky. You can feel that there's a touch of nerves even amongst the panel. All bare. Why?
I don't know why. There really shouldn't be. I mean, I'm not nervous at all. I'm quite looking forward to the game tomorrow. I don't feel nervous at all. I don't even feel nervous for the rest of the season. We will do it. Just a steely determination. If you looked at the last 10 minutes of the game the other night, you looked a more determined team the last 10 minutes. And I like to look at that. And I'm going, all right, we'll lose a daft goal at the end. But it wasn't for the want of trying to win the game. So you sit and go, I like that. And that's there. So that's another wee thing added to us that we never had last year. So I'm not nervous, and nobody should be nervous, guys. And if we're actually nervous, we just think we'd like if we were getting into the ground. We pass that nervous energy onto the players. You don't want to start doing things like that. You know what I mean? So keep the chins up. We will do this. Not a problem.
Did you know that the midweek game, guys, isn't on TV?
No, I know 6 o'clock. St Johnstone telly. I think I'm not even sure about Rangers TV. Gary, in you come, mate.
Thanks for having me back. I'll try and not hang up this time. I'd not.
Come on, Gary, get a grip. Don't be hanging up.
No, I went to hit on mute and. In my panic, in my haste, I hit the big red button instead of unmute. Anyway, so what we're talking about, what do you want my opinion on? I'll give you my opinion on anything. You hear me? Hello?
He's away fighting, so Gary.
Can you hear me? Gary, I think we're going into tier 3.
Oh, sorry. You there, Gary?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm talking to you. Can you hear us?
Aye, I know. Right. Sorry, guys. I'm asking you. What's my opinion?
I'm going to ask you a question. What did you think of the referee's performance last night?
Not great. I think the guy was caught in the headlights after. He didn't come to that game prepared to be referee. He came to that game prepared to be fourth official, and it showed it when he had to lace up his boots and get his whistle ready. So I think we got a referee well below par, probably underprepared, and I've never heard of the guy before. I don't know if he's an experienced ref. So balled it on a couple of occasions, I think, him personally, making the big decisions. So, yeah, but we can't blame the refs. Honestly, if we turn up and we do our jobs right and play our game as we know we can, we win without the referees or with the referees' help. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
Yeah, but I thought there was some thuggery going on during the game. And that there's man right back. 3 times he bars 3 different players. 3 times.
He should have been booked for the one in Ballaghan, Bridge. He should have been booked.
I'm saying that, and he should have been booked for every one of them, and they'd been after Pat. Just nonsense. Just not. Okay, carry on.
But it's the old Souness thing, isn't it? I mean, what Souness used to say, right, do you want to play a game of football, or do you want to have a fight? Now, as soon as the other team lay out their cards and they show that they want to get physical and have a fight, you've got to win that fight. And the Rangers players didn't do that. You can't look at the referee. I mean, don't get me wrong, if the referee helps you out and starts giving out the cards or giving out free kicks and protects you, then fair enough. But see if he doesn't do that, you've got to take it on yourself, and you're looking for leaders around the pitch, right? And I didn't see too many leaders last night. Tav was a wee bit missing, maybe because he had to change his game because he was marked at the game. Maybe that put him off his game. So,
did you see what Tav played the last 20 minutes, Gary?
Aye, well, he got that goal, didn't he? That Roof went out of the line. So,
did you see the running he made in the last 20 minutes from right back to centre forward constantly?
Aye, but the game's played there 90 minutes. I don't get me wrong, he had big spells in the game where he was obviously, he showed glimpses of being our best player still, but there was big swathes of that game where he wasn't on it either.
You'd been better by David Dickinson for the real deal. The referee was garbage.
But you know what I'm saying? It's if the referee's not on it, you've got to make your own luck. You've just got to get stuck in and rough up the other team as well. Be prepared to take a card or two. We've got players in the team to do that.
He got the penalty kick right, and that's about all you get right all night.
For me, and I'm not one for blaming referees, but I thought it was a red card in Zunga. I thought it was a naughty tackle. I did do the ball when your fingers were the ball doing somebody's ankle. It's a red card for me.
Absolutely, 100%. 100%. The right back should have been sent off, and the guy Bernahan, I don't know his name is Ernahan or something like that. And went over the ball, right over the ball, jumped right onto his ankle. Shocking. Red card tackle. And it's not as if a referee couldn't see it. He was right there.
Listen, I'm getting used. This is what's going to happen with the referees and that. We're going to have to get used to this. Every game could be the exact same. Well, the referees is poor games of full lot. See, the Rangers players need to go and win the game.
Mm-hmm. Can I just say that Mr. Morelos, stupid as he was for doing what he did against Dundee United, that player, he never hurt him. The guy never even blinked. Never even blinked.
The intent was there. The intent was there.
I know. But there was no injury or anything like that. No injury. Balogun get carried off the pitch.
Bridgeman, if it's saying you by if a Rangers player goes out tomorrow and a Mull player does the exact same thing with his elbow.
What?
He goes
out. They want him off the park.
Yeah, we'll never be off the park. Look at the young centre half. He smashed his nose. Look what they did to. Wait a minute. Look what they did to young Rebo. The guy came through and smashed him. Look, why are you saying they never get sent off? They never even get a free kick. It's there for everybody to see. Watch the movements. Watch what happens, and you can see it. And the referee turns her head away and says, "Oh, I never saw it." Sorry. Tuggery. Okay, sorry. That's me finished.
But I'm in the Alex camp. There's one thing the referee can't do. You've got to put the ball in the net. And that's a problem for me. I just want to touch on before we go. Albert, our forwards have dried up a wee bit.
They have. They really need to get started getting on it again. I mean, you don't mind one or two drying up. But the whole lot of them are. I mean, you're sitting looking at them going, come on, you all can't be after boil at one time here. So I don't know why they're after boil, but I don't like Morelos in the box anymore because he doesn't attack any space. Look at Roof. Roof definitely attacks space. Roof attacks space, but Morelos stands there. He just stands like a statue. Big Itten is always got his back to goal, and it's always that awkward stuff. You know what I mean? You're sitting in Kent's beating people in the rank parts of the park. You're getting it. Well, you beating people there. When you get beating people there, you want to beat people further forward. The last third to get the park and then get your shots away. So we need to really start scoring. The forward line really needs to start firing, and it will come because they're too good at players that know to come. But we need to really start shooting.
I'll cut across you now. Mr. Fox is coming in with the numbers. Here we come. Drum roll for Mr. Fox.
After a lot of hard work, I may say. It's a mixture of callers, people on Facebook, people on YouTube, and people in their own lobby. So the numbers are as follows. Number 1, JFK. Number 2, Tommy the caller earlier on. Number 3, CB. Number 4, Bob Jer. 5, Ronald Bell. 6, Roscoe. 7, Andy North Yorkshire. 8, JWR. 9, Blue Eye Jack. 10, The Coop. 11, Gavin Brown. 12, Jeff G. 13, Doogie. 14, Ox. 15, Stevie for the drum. 16, Gary Ballantyne. 17, Alec Wisho. 18, RFC Cumbernauld YouTube. 19, Dave for the Highlands. 20, Alan Simpson on Facebook. 21, Broomsy on YouTube. 22, Leanne Steele on Facebook. 23 is Terry, my technical assistant. Number 24 is Robbo G on YouTube. 25, Alan Pavlovic on Facebook. 26, Gary Bell on Facebook. 27, Tanya Hewitt Facebook. 28, Dixie Enormous YouTube. 29, Southside. 30, Stuart Hutchison Facebook. 31, Alec Kelly Facebook. 32, Port Bear. 33, Keith Hamilton on Facebook. 34, Bethany. 35, Pete Jens Facebook. 36, I'll not come back to that. 37, Linda. 38, Jim Rose YouTube. 39, Ann Armour Facebook. 40, Peaceful Warrior YouTube. 41, Old Bear. 42, William Robinson on YouTube. 43, Stephen Jones on Facebook. 44, Linda McLachlan Facebook. 45, Paul McGregor Facebook. 46, James Palmer Facebook. 47 is my good self. 48, Curry Muncher YouTube. 49, Blue Star. 50 is Ben7991 on YouTube. Where am I now? 52, Ellen Bartley on Facebook. 53, Butterbean. 54, Rangers Till I Die on Marine Lobby. 55, Big Al. 56, Marsden Bear in the lobby. 57, Blue Horizon in the lobby. 58, Hugh McElroy Facebook. 59, Bridge. And the one I missed out, I think, was Alec McElroy Facebook.
A big round of applause for Fox.
Well done. Congratulations. What's my number again?
Can you read them again?
Don't say it. I knew you were going to say that.
I was writing them down. Can you go through it again? You fancy being a
enormous, and I'll come back to that one.
Listen,
that was a cracker, by the way. That was a cracker.
He was the guy who wanted to do every minute of the game no more and have 90 names. Right, listen, it's over to you, Bridgeman.
Well, what can I say? By the way, Foxy, well done. That was really well done. Some of those names are very dodgy, to say the least.
Bridgeman, hurry up, we're on overtime.
I know. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, every single one is huge game coming up tomorrow. Biggest game of our season. I've got one sleep, and here we go. Everybody keep it going for the Rangers. Keep it going, because they need us.
Thanks to all the callers tonight, each and every one of you. Gordon from the Taxi Game for joining us Very nice of him donating to the show. Everybody's got the number. Sorry we had to do it. That's the way we've done it. It's just a fancy raffle. Thanks everybody for taking part. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock with a pre-match show in the build-up to the victory against Motherwell. Thanks for listening. Thanks to JFK and Bridge. Take it away, old school boy.
Great show. Great show, Ox.
Today, forever.